when whippoorwill call, and even this night, I hurry to my blue heaven.
Welcome to the My Blue Heaven kitchen, and great to have your company here again today. Something very special is going to happen this morning. I'm going to cook up an absolute storm. What I have noticed when I go to the football is that most Carlton supporters I see are absolutely starving for something to eat. They look skinny, you can see their ribs, they're gaunt in the face. They are hungry for success, hungry to be competitive on the football field. We don't want to be blown away in 2019, we just want to be competitive. So today, I'm going to cook up one of my favourite dishes, and that just happens to be a Levi casserole. Okay, so most of you would have Levi out of our best 22, and there's no problems with that, I would as well. However, the big guy has a big role to play in 2019. Let's forget about his season this year. Broke his ribs against Adelaide and never quite got his mojo back. In fact, his mojo was missing for most of the season. Although if we go back to 2017, he was a very good player, kicked the 34 goals and played the 22 games. Now, most of you don't know that Levi Casbolt is also known around the football club as Meat or Big Meat. And the star of this dish is the good old-fashioned chunk steak. Now, this is no porterhouse, it's no Scotch fillet, it's no T-bone, and it's not even a ribeye. It's just good old-fashioned chuck steak. Ordinary, strong, a little bit of fat in there, nice and red, nice and healthy. So this will be the star of the Levi Casbolt casserole. It's fair to say that Levi does frustrate us Carlton supporters. He's big and strong. He's 201 centimetres. He's 110 kilos, and he doesn't always use that to his best of his ability. Fantastic contested mark. And will he beat the football club in 2020? Okay, that's a question that's going to be answered at the end of next year. However, it's a massive opportunity, the big fella, okay, to maybe go back to the Northern Blues and really push for senior selection next year. Now, what we're going to do with Levi, okay, we're going to just give him a little bit of love, okay? A bit of love. This chunk needs a bit of love before we chuck it inside the slow cooker over there. All right, so I'm going to cut this up into small pieces, okay, and then we're going to season it. All right, we're going to really work with Levi this year because he could become pivotal, okay, for us to be competitive next year.
Just turn to the right, you find a little bright light that leads you to my blue heaven. You find a cozy place by your place, cozy road. Oh, little nest, that nest is where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby make three. We happy in my blue.
Okay, what I've done is I've cut the chunk steak up. It's about 1 kilo there. And just into smallish cubes, around about the same size, just so they cook evenly. This is going to be a bit of a slow cooker, a bit like what we're going to do with the Carlton Footy Club in 2018. We don't want us jumping out of the, 2019, don't want us jumping out of the blocks too quickly, just be competitive in those opening 5 rounds. Now with Levi, I've cut some of the fat off, okay? I don't want all that fat, and we know that Levi is such a fine specimen. So we're just going to give that to the dog outside, so I'll just pop that over there. Now, what I need to do is brown this first. I need to brown this bit first before I chuck it in the slow cooker. However, we just want to touch this up a little bit. Just make it, okay, make it nice. So get yourself a snap bag. Chuck all the steak inside the chuck bag. Snap bag, not chuck bag. Okay. All right, a little bit of pepper first. Okay, let's chuck that in. Okay, a little bit of salt, just some table salt's fine, not too much. Okay, watch the arteries. And this, okay, Vietnamese hot chili. Okay, this will blow your socks off, just like we're gonna do next year. Not too much of that, just gonna sprinkle that some of that over that lovely piece of chunked steak. Pop the lid back on there. And finally, I need to grab some flour. Okay, before I coat this meat, just a little bit in there so that we season this nicely. And we're going to make sure we close that bag. I don't want that going all over the kitchen floor and upsetting the lovely. Okay, and we're just going to shake around to make sure that we're evenly coating that meat with that really nice seasoning. And then we're going to fry that until it's brown. Okay, now that I've seasoned that chuck steak, I'm just going to lightly brown in the frying pan, just a little bit of extra olive oil. Just put a little bit of that in there. Okay. Get our big meat out, big meat Casbolt, as he's known. What a fantastic nickname that is. We're just going to chuck that in there. Okay, make sure we don't have to cook it for that long. That's going to sizzle away quite nicely. Now, isn't this a fantastic utensil, this? What we don't want to see, we do not want to see this, okay, one of these at the end of 2019. This is a big no-no, okay? So let's just have a little bit of a chat about Levi Casbolt. What do we know about him? Well, taken with a rookie selection in 2009 draft. He didn't make his debut for 2 seasons after hurting his knee. I think it may have been in his first season. From the Dandenong Stingrays, spent a couple of years there as a goal kicker. Not many of you know that Levi Casbolt was actually born in Tasmania. So he joins an illustrious group of Brent Croswell, Percy Jones, Simon Mitten Connell, and also Mitch Robinson, who's no longer at the football club, as Carlton footballers who come from the Apple Isle. So that's just a nice little bit of information. Also, I love mentioning this as well on My Blue Heaven, is that Levi barracked for Carlton as a youngster. He's a mad Carlton supporter, and he has bloodlines within the club. Okay, some of his relatives play for the Carlton Football Club, so he lives and breathes for the football team. Okay, so this is just working along nicely. We're just browning this up. Okay, making sure, just starting the cooking process. Okay, this is going to take probably around about 6 hours to cook in the slow cooker. Okay, so what you can do, put this on in the morning before you go to work. Okay, and leave it, and by the time you get home, your house is going to smell absolutely fantastic. Stop. Okay, so this is just about done. You can see there's just still a little bit of redness in this meat. However, that's just about fine. And this is just about ready to go into the slow cooker. Now with Levi, what I think Levi has suffered from over the last, say, 5 or 6 years is, I'll just put this into the slow cooker, is the height of expectation. I think he's been the one man out up in our forward line. I don't think his personality has coped with it. I might be wrong, okay, but like a lot of our players at the Blues, he comes across as quite a reserved and introverted type of fella. And I don't think being the man in the forward line has really served him that well. So hopefully now that the pressure's off, he's got 1 year remaining on his contract, so it needs to be a big year for him. Probably about 98% that he won't be at the club in 2020. However, there is a really big opportunity for him, okay, to really put some pressure on some of the young guys if they're not performing. And I talk about the likes of Harry McKay, who really has overtaken him at this stage and is playing his position as that full forward, also pinch hitting in the ruck. Okay, so it's not a Levi Casbolt casserole unless we add some of our favourites to it. So I'm just going to add a couple of teaspoons of crushed garlic. This is okay, just out of the jar. Could not really be bothered, okay, chopping up any fresh garlic. This is pretty good stuff, actually. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of dried oregano in there as well, just to give that a little bit extra flavour. About half a teaspoon of that. Okay, 1 large onion diced. Okay, just to chuck that in there as well. Whoa, didn't go down too well. We have 1.5 diced carrots, quite evenly diced. And chuck that in there as well. 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Just going to put those in there. All right, while that's in there now, I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir. Okay, nice and easy. I'll actually turn the slow cooker on low, and that's going to cook away for around about 6 hours, go even longer. Okay, you might get home at 10 o'clock tonight after being at the footy all day. Okay, we've had a big win, a few beers, sit back, watch the replay. Okay, put the heater on, put the feet up, okay, and enjoy a nice meal. And hopefully, Levi Casbolt's taken, I don't know, 12 contested marks and kicked 4 goals too, and it's been on target. A little bit of tomato paste as well. I'll just chuck that in there. Make sure you get it all in. Goes around about 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. All right. Just chuck that in there as well. Okay, we got 1 large green capsicum. We need some greens. Okay, make this healthy as we can. We'll chuck that in there. They'll go nice and soft over the course of the day. And the same with our green beans. Now you could swap it up. You could have some zucchini in there. You could have maybe some peas, some pumpkin, or some sweet potato, or even some potatoes itself. But we're actually going to have this with some mashed potato. So we're going to pop those green beans in as well. And all these condiments that we're chucking in here into the Levi Casbolt casserole, okay, this is, okay, his teammates, and this is the match committee working with Levi in 2019. We don't want to see him waste away, okay, on death row at the Northern Blues, okay? We want to see him really pushing for senior selection, and in 2019, pushing some real pressure, okay, on the players who will be playing round 1. Okay, red wine, 1 cup, okay, some red wine, Sauvignon Blanc's fine, just chuck it in there. Okay, that will be our liquid. And that's just about ready to go. We'll give that a stir around. Oh, that smells absolutely magnificent. Now, Levi has played the 104 games and kicked 117 goals for the Blue Baggers. He is a life member, and that needs to be respected regardless of what you feel about him and regardless of whether you think, okay, he will be playing in 2019. However, he still, okay, will be a big contributor. I guarantee that. Okay, and our final 2 condiments into our Levi Casbolt stew is a little bit of brown sugar. Now, Levi's such a sweet man, okay, isn't he? I know the girls love him. Okay, I know my wife does. So we're going to pop that in there to represent Levi, such a sweet man. However, like all our players next year, we need them to harden up. Okay, so the chili flakes, okay, the Vietnamese chili flakes, these are hot. We need our team to be competitive next year. We need them to be hard. We need them to be tough, mentally strong, physically strong, okay, for a big year. So we're just going to chuck a little bit more, okay, of those chili flakes inside that Levi Casbolt stew or casserole or whatever we want to call it, okay? That looks absolutely beautiful. We're going to pop that lid on now. All right, we'll get rid of the wooden spoon. Don't want to see that again. We're going to grab the lid, pop it on, and I'm going to see you in about 6 hours time. And we're going to have a look at this. I reckon it's going to be fantastic. Okay, this has been simmering away now for, let's put that over there, around about 6.5 hours. And if you can just get in there and have a look at that. That is just looking superb at the moment. And that is just about ready to go. So that's a simple chuck steak that's been transformed into a brilliant, simple meal. And that's going to be Levi Casbolt's season in a nutshell next year. We're going to transform the big fella into a pretty good footballer. He's at his prime, 28 years of age. There you go, have a look at that. A little bit of sour cream on top, and top it off with a little bit of parsley as well. Okay, just quickly, if you like this channel, subscribe. Also, get on board, buy a membership. The last time I checked, I think we're up to 41,000 members, and we're nearly at Christmas, which is amazing. 41,000 members. I don't think that's ever been done at the Carlton Football Club before. Enjoy, guys. See you next time.